In the stillness of the Chiang Mai night, I stood alone. Many years have passed since those times. The first time me and my girlfriend traveled to this city. From our home in Bangkok, the intention to go to Chiang Mai came out of the blue, with no fixed plans, no accommodation reservations, because we wanted to experience all the possibilities. That morning, we drove away from home, headed for Chiang Mai, with only hope and anticipation. And a friend named John, who used to live in the north, told us that, when we got there, he would have a friend in Chiang Mai take us to a nice, inexpensive place to stay. When arriving in Chiang Mai in the evening, we met John's friend at a riverside restaurant, and he took us to a place that he said wouldn't be full. But what we found was not the 3-star hotel we expected. But it was a row of shophouses in a U shape, with only a small wooden room, and a counter where a teenager was sitting. The mystery begins when we enter that room. That has something unique, and unlike anywhere else in the world. Curiosity piqued, I inquired about the sanctuary we'd seek shelter in. He spoke of a bathroom, not one but two, intertwined yet separate. Rooms loomed large in his tales, some grand, others modest. The grand chamber demanded 500 baht, while its humbler sibling asked for 300. Without hesitation, I chose the latter. For us, it mattered little. Our journey had led us here, unburdened by budgets or plans. A single night's rest was all we sought before dawn's early departure. My room, though small, held its own secrets, a private bath. It was satisfactory. As I entered my chamber, I paused to converse, then ventured further within. The room was vast, the bed grand. This will do, I thought, for tonight we rest, and come morning, we journey to Chiang Rai. But one idea remains, adventures at night. Maybe a drink to share with my beloved. Bags dropped, belongings stowed, we ventured out. Yet, as I glanced back, the counter was barren. The one who had guided us here, who had exchanged key for coin, was nowhere to be seen. Later, while we were in the room thinking about tomorrow's trip, I heard a strange sound. It caught our attention, the rustling and banging of the bag. A black bag was placed in front of another person's door. It is night time. The sound persisted, a cacophony of crackles and scrapes, halting just outside our door. We peered into the dim corridor, searching for the source. Was it a prank by mischievous youth? I moved the bag, fearing retribution if it were found outside another's door. It was light, its contents a mystery I dared not unveil. We returned inside, and as the cards were dealt, a cry pierced the silence. The dragging resumed, a harbinger of the unknown, a tale yet to unfold. With a sense of foreboding, I flung open the door, only to be greeted by the sight of a black trash bag, ominously positioned before my room. Not once, but twice, this macabre messenger appeared, as if summoned by some unseen force. I pondered the possibility that it might have been the work of some office prank, but there were whispers of dark deeds. Is it just stupidity or has madness taken over? Resolved to rid myself of this unwelcome visitor, I seized the bag and cast it out, placing it before the rental room where a municipal green bin stood guard. The tale could have ended there, but the night was not yet done with me. I walked alone, the echo of my footsteps a solitary companion. Upon my return, I secured the door, its weight heavy with portent. And then, the sound returned, a ghostly echo of the earlier disturbance. A chill ran down my spine. Was this spectral game ever to cease? Compelled by curiosity and a touch of defiance, I opened the door, my girlfriend at my side. The sight that met our eyes was one of eerie animation. The garbage bag was moving, sliding, as if possessed by an invisible hand. We stand with two souls, not afraid of ghosts. The bag came closer. It moved slightly, as if accepting our challenge. The doors of the surrounding rooms were sealed with padlocks, a sign of abandonment. Yet the garbage bag lay in the hallway, a sentinel of the surreal. I resolved to stay, unshaken by fear or superstition. The silence was profound, yet within it lay a story waiting to be told. The shower beckons. My girlfriend went to take a shower after a mysterious night. Just like other women, we talked loudly to break the silence. "Who's there? What's happening?" The words were a scream in the stillness. My girlfriend emerged, terror etched upon her face. A hand, clinging to the cement's edge, had been watching, lurking. No caretaker answered our calls, no explanation for the hand or the wandering bag. Was it time to flee, or were we merely victims of our own imaginations? Perhaps we're blind, I mused. But no, the fear is real. The decision was made, to bed, to safety, to leave the night's enigmas behind. Yet the counter, once manned, was now deserted. No boy, no employee, no answer. The night remained a riddle. Its secrets locked within the silent shophouse. And the ever-watching garbage bag. Under the cloak of night. My girlfriend and I retreated to our room, a sanctuary from the unknown. We sat, cards in hand, weaving tales and laughter into the fabric of the evening. Hunger whispered, but we dismissed its call, content in our cocoon of conversation. The world outside faded. It was just us and the silence. Preparing for slumber, I suggested a beacon of light to ward off the shadows. "Let it shine," I said, "lest we stumble in the dark." The clock's hands crept towards the witching hour. And a sense of unease settled upon us. A knock, faint yet insistent, rapped upon our door. I heard nothing, but my girlfriend's eyes widened with alarm. With a courage born of curiosity, I approached the door. The night air held its breath as I swung it open, only to find another black trash bag, a silent sentinel before our threshold. What games does the night play with us? I wondered aloud. My girlfriend's voice, tinged with frustration, cut through the stillness. "Let us bar the door and surrender to sleep," she declared. And so, we did, sealing ourselves away from the night's mischief. The counter, once manned, was now a ghostly void. We were alone, with only a locked door between us and the enigmatic darkness. "Sleep," I urged, though my heart raced with unanswered questions. The light remained our steadfast guardian as we tried to rest. But again, the knocking came, a rhythmic riddle in the night. "Let it be," I whispered. "Let the night knock until it tires." The sound was neither loud nor soft, but it was insistent, and it was ours. We huddled together, ears pressed against the wood, the knocking a drumbeat to our rising fear. We sat, vigilant sentinels, facing the door that held back the unknown. Sleep was a stranger to us now, as we pondered the night's intent. "What do you want?" we asked the silence. The crowing of a rooster was a symphony of relief, a herald of dawn's approach. We watched the clock, counting the minutes until safety was assured. As the first light of dawn crept across the sky, we succumbed to exhaustion, the mysteries of the night tucked away with the coming of the new day. As dawn broke, my girlfriend and I awoke from a night of eerie encounters. We ventured forth to return the keys, the morning light casting away the shadows of the night. At the counter, a boy, an employee, greeted us with the casual indifference of daylight. I questioned him about his absence the previous night, when questions hung in the air unanswered. He replied with nonchalance, "I went home." I pressed further, seeking understanding of the unguarded night. He explained, as if it were the most natural thing, that he awaited only our arrival before departing, leaving the hotel to its nocturnal solitude. "He is aware of our coming. Which a friend reserved, he claims that his duty ends with the sunset. It wasn't his job to stay in tonight." Curiosity piqued, I inquired about the mysterious occurrences that had unfolded in the darkness. He seemed unsurprised, hinting that such spectral visitations were not uncommon. The hotel, once a bustling dormitory, now stood mostly empty. Its rooms locked from the outside. A silent testament to a tragedy that had driven its residents away. A tale of a young student. A life lost not within her own room but in the one adjacent, lingered in the air. Her spirit, it seemed, played tricks on the living, leading them to abandon the monthly leases for the uncertainty of daily rents. The boy at the counter, merely a daytime sentinel, spoke of the old TV, the bare room with its bed, pillows, and blankets, nothing more. A place where the past lingered, tangible yet intangible. I recounted our nocturnal vigil, the black garbage bag that moved of its own accord, the knocks that echoed in the empty halls. But in the light of day, the bag was gone, its purpose and origin a mystery left unsolved. The boy shrugged off my concerns, his attention fixed on the present, the counter his domain. The past, with its whispers and shadows, held no sway over him. And we left on a bright, fearless morning. The secrets of the night are sealed behind each locked door. Each unanswered knock. And the missing trash bag. Mysteries whispered in unknown corridors. And this place is still talked about to this day.